Hi, everybody, and welcome back to NSS. This is the Reynolds Report, and I'm Dave Reynolds. Firstly, checking weather around the globe for today. Beautiful day here in Toronto. Sunshine with highs into the upper 20s. The Toronto Blue Jays back to their winning ways last night. Took one away from the Minnesota Twins. The boys are back at it tonight at Rogers Centre. In Rome, where it's peak tourist season right now, just spectacular weather with lots of sunshine for the balance of the week and into the low 30s. In Tokyo, it has been a difficult few days. With torrential rains there causing extensive flooding and damage, no injuries to report so far and no relief in sight, with more rain on the way today and highs into the low 20s. Sydney, Australia, where it's late fall right now, mostly sunny today and tomorrow, and highs into the low 20s. Los Angeles, just a beautiful day and warm with highs near 31 or 32 degrees this afternoon. All right, to the Stanley Cup. The Los Angeles Kings didn't need any of their comeback magic last night, handling the New York Rangers 3-0 in Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final to take a commanding 3-0 lead in the series. As you can probably gather, Jonathan Quick had a lot to do with that. The Kings keeper was phenomenal throughout the game, turning away all 32 shots he faced, pretty much robbing the Rangers. It seems Jonathan Quick just stops everything he wants. Game 4 going tomorrow night in New York. Okay, World Cup. The world's biggest sporting spectacle is so close you can almost hear the roar from the Arena di Sao Paulo. Let's start at the beginning. How could a fan ever consider missing the first match of the World Cup? Especially when the hosts are Brazil. It's going to be a party to remember, and the quality of football will be top-notch. The Croats are considered to be a tough team to beat, and will be hoping the weight of expectations on the young heroes of Brazil will result in an unlikely win. Some pretty amazing numbers floating around today as well. The last time the World Cup was broadcast, at numerous points throughout the tournament, 50% of the world's population was tuned in. 50%. World Cup opening ceremonies on Thursday. Brazil-Croatia goes Friday. All right, the cable wars continues. Netflix said Monday it will not stop telling consumers that the internet service providers are to blame for poor streaming video quality. Very interesting. Last week, Verizon sent a cease and desist letter to Netflix threatening a lawsuit unless Netflix immediately stops sending notices to customers blaming Verizon for poor quality. Verizon also demanded a list of all customers who received such messages and evidence that each message was justified. Verizon lags behind Comcast in upgrading direct connections with Netflix. Failure to provide information may lead us to pursue legal remedies, and Verizon reserves all rights in that regard. Verizon wrote in a letter to Netflix. The fight between the rich guys continues while the consumer continues to get screwed. We'll keep you updated on this war. Okay, music news for you today. Sir Paul McCartney is rescheduling U.S. tour dates as he continues to recover from a virus he picked up in Japan last month. The former Beatles singer announced yesterday that tour stops scheduled for mid-June will be postponed to sometime in October. He was supposed to kick off the U.S. leg of his tour Saturday. Instead, his first show will now be July 5th in Albany, New York. McCartney says he's taking his doctor's advice and will take more time to rest up a bit. Last month, he canceled in its entirety the Out There Japan 2014 tour because of the illness. U.S. tickets for the 7 original June dates will be honored at the new dates. The tour wraps up October 28th in Louisville, Kentucky. Paul McCartney turns 72 years young next week. Hey, thanks for watching today, everybody. Be back tomorrow. A reminder to stay with NSS throughout the day. Lots of cool stuff coming up, including Being Frank on NSS this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. You know, a common fear of those with elevator phobias is the possibility that it may free fall and crash to the ground. On Friday, a man in Providencia, Chile was seriously injured during an elevator ride that was equally as horrifying, but in the complete opposite. 31-year-old Jose Vergara entered a Bustamante Park building elevator on the first floor, and closed-circuit television captured the frightening events that followed. Now, as we'll see in this video, before he even appeared to push a button, the elevator seems to rise before the doors close. The passenger then begins to push more buttons as the doors swing open. At that point, his efforts grow more frantic, but he's unable to slow the out-of-control lift. Reports indicate that the elevator quickly rose to the 31st floor in just 15 seconds and only stopped when it crashed into the roof of the building. Mr. Vergara is in stable condition with head and leg injuries, but is expected to make a full recovery. Let's be careful out there.